Welcome back to another interview of fags and
And
designer
designer hat.
tags. We can never agree if we're going to say
Yes, guys.
everything together. But we're getting it. As you can see, we've got some production value going. We've got the
Yes,
background
honey.
together.
We're
And
progressively getting better. Next time Shane will have his, we're getting it together, girls.
you're not liking my little mixed media art in my bedroom?
I mean, it's quaint. I'm just kidding.
Right. And I am Shane Cisneros, if you don't know, and
Ronald goes Andy.
then we are. What are we discussing today?
Yes, today you guys we're gonna do We're Here, episode 1.
Yes,
It's cute.
exactly. It's cute. It's cuter than I thought it was going to be. It's still too
Yeah.
long. Julie, too long.
It's still too.
Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
What?
But in a television show. But I'm appreciating.
Yeah. It was cute. Where did they go? Where was it that
I
they went
think
again?
Gettysburg,
I watched all three, so I'm
Pennsylvania.
getting them blurred.
Okay.
Yeah. Pennsylvania,
Let's
yeah.
get into the PowerPoint.
Yes. Well, the images, rather.
Right. Okay, we'll put her on slideshow. All right, so there's us.
Yes.
All right, the show stars Bob the drag queen, Shangela, and Eureka. Thoughts on just them, just in general?
That's a cute little ensemble because Bob won, and Bob is funny as fuck. Shangela is a gag, and I was gonna say she needed something, but she doesn't necessarily. She wasn't A Star Is Born. Like
I was gonna say, bitch, she's the most famous.
But I don't know about the most famous though, because even being in A Star Is Born, like she's not like the other girls. She's not that big. Actually, you know what? I guess you're right. She is almost the most famous because she had that. Remember when she did that song Professional? They were like dance studios and everywhere was like dancing to it and shit. So I guess,
yeah,
but
Kitty Girl, like It's Your World. She was the best in that. So I'll never forget when Rue was like, or when she was like, Rue was looking at me like I was her daughter.
And then we have Eureka, which we needed because we needed a plus size girl.
You always need a big girl. Always need a big girl. All right. Oh.
And she's killing two birds with one stone because she's a token white bitch in this case. And she's a big girl.
That's true. All right. So first we have this little makeup queen. Now you're going to have to forgive me. I really watched it late at night, so I don't even know the names of these people. Do you know his name?
I mean, I don't remember their names. I don't remember any of the names from all 3 episodes, but I just know what they give.
Right.
And that's all that's important.
He could be like any other gay boy, like in America. He's working at Ulta. He's young. He kind of tried to leave home. He had to come back. It sounded like for financial reasons. He's not quite baby bird out of the nest. And we know a lot of people like this who are just kind of like, they're out, but they're just not quite on their own 2 feet yet as adult people. It's hard in this day and age. So Shangela surprises him at Ulta Beauty, which I think is perfect. There's nothing that signifies suburbia than Ulta Beauty.
Yes, honey, and that is the one thing they'll have in a little small town like that. The only place you'll get a makeup, and you'll more likely have that than a Sephora.
Yes, that's very true. And then they give you a sort of like Vogue off in the strip mall. How are you feeling about that?
No, it wasn't even a Vogue off. It was like a walk off, and then they had the nerve to include the employees. I'm like, I mean, get it for what you guys can.
Did you get that other femme queen that was like wearing that like lace kimono? I was like, oh, we need to know the story. We need to know if they get along,
her story.
If they've hooked up, like if they got beef, like what's the deal? Like that's what I
like.
really
They probably, I would imagine they're good Judies. I mean, honey, if you're living in Pennsylvania, where the fuck, and there's another gay person you're working with, it would do you well to be friends with them because there ain't gonna be too many more. No shade.
But it could be like 2 bottoms. It could be like, there could be.
You mean if it's that kind of tea? Maybe. Oh yeah, like you're right about that. That's true.
They could have kai-kai.
But still, I just feel like you should try to. That's true. But I just feel like you guys should try your best to kiki and be friends if you're the only few gay motherfuckers.
That's true. We could have been enemies.
I know, but we live in San Francisco, bitch. It's literally the gayest place. So we didn't.
It still don't matter. There's plenty of shady ass queens in San Francisco who are hateful bitches.
Well, no, but I know. I mean, we have like options of other gay friends who we can choose
That's
from.
true.
Where
That's true.
there, it's like it's only, I'd imagine it's a small pool. What did he say? What did he say? He was at where he does drag. Doesn't he do drag?
I think he's
Or didn't he
kind
do
of
it before at
tipped
like a
his
little place?
toe in it, but
Yeah,
not. It wasn't the full-on immersions. A lot of what we're going to talk about in the next few episodes, a lot of people who are kind of femme queen who really
hmm
crossed over into a drag category.
yeah,
The
yeah.
past
But
few.
like he was, it's like their drag's like very underground. So it's like it's almost like everyone there is giving it like, oh my god, I can't be
Yeah,
out
well, I'm sure they
because
have some sort of small gay bar there, or some sort of
yeah.
community bar that's accepting of gay people, where
But I
there's
mean,
some
like
sort of
it's not
drag,
enough. Yeah,
right, element.
yeah. But I mean, still, like you for as far as like working with, like I would imagine they're friends. But yeah, you're right. You never know. But I mean, he was doing the vogue off with them, and it was a gag. The walk off with
Oh,
them,
it really was a
it
gag.
was a gag. She actually so short. I didn't realize she was so short until I saw her next to all of them. Like, I mean, I kind of knew she was short, but I was really starting to clock it when you put her, especially next to Bob and Eureka.
I'd say like 5'9", 5'9".
Bitch, no, I'm about 5'8".
I'm 5'7",
She looks
so
shorter.
you think she's as short as us?
I I want to say she's like 5'6",
Oh, I didn't know she's that short. We're gonna
if
have to
not
look
short.
that up. So look that
Yeah, I
up on
know.
the phone while I go to the next room. So then we have
Right.
this professor man from the University of Gettysburg or wherever he
hmm
works. He was all right. I didn't.
If he was nice to have, because I do like when they throw in a straight person,
Mm-hmm. I don't have
and
any.
it's nice.
I don't have
But no
any
shade,
particular type of
but no
feelings
shade,
about
but
him.
no shade. The shade, no shade, bitch. But the gag is, I thought he was gay.
Oh,
When
you,
he came on, I was like, oh, they got a black queen. And then he was like straight. I was like, what? Okay.
it takes all kinds. You
It does.
just don't know in today's world.
It does. I was like, okay. But yeah, since he's straight, it is nice though that I'm glad that there's like black straight guys willing to do things like this.
Right, exactly. Our second black straight dipping into the drag world
Yeah,
of our conversation
the first one was on
episodes.
Drag Race.
All
hmm
right. Okay.
Celebrity, yeah.
And then we've got the mama. I can't remember her name. She was the nurse. She's got a contentious relationship with her bi daughter.
Now let me get this mama together. So she had the nerve to, first of all, she told the daughter she ain't gay. How dare you? And
Hmm.
then second of all, it's just like, no shade. Don't want to be rude. Like, I thought that was a lesbian bitch too. So I was confused as to where her homophobia is coming from. Because it's not like, I mean, again, don't judge by looks, blah, 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 blah. But you, like, you're giving me lesbian vibes. So I'm just like, it's interesting that you're like, so it's almost, I almost wonder, like, is it like internalized hate and she's like projecting it onto the daughter? Like,
Hmm.
but I don't know. She is married, but I was just like, I don't
Oh,
know.
was she married to that man? I thought they were just kind of, that was like her live-in boyfriend.
Or yeah, I guess maybe it's the boyfriend. Yeah, but I don't know. She's giving me lesbian vibes, and I don't know. I'm not gonna say, but I mean, it's not my story to tell. But she was giving me lesbian vibes, so I just thought it was funny that she's gonna be the homophobic one.
I have a really hard time with this. Like, my parents are very, very liberal, and I think that
Oh
we,
yeah.
both grew up on the West Coast, so we have a
Well,
very different perspective
well,
of,
no, actually,
you know,
I
coming out
mm,
and all
I
that.
mean, yeah, but like, I mean, yeah, I did grow up here, and it's a liberal place. It's literally the best place to be if you're gay. So growing up wasn't hard, but I can't wrap my head around family because my parents are more on the conservative side, I would say. So
Hmm.
I wouldn't say liberal, but they would never they would never just, the way that mom handled it is my mom wouldn't handle it. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, she was like, she almost like threw her aside and didn't want to accept her. And like, whereas like mine wrapped her head around it and she gets it. So it's like, I don't know, like this one was just very kind of like throwaway. And then she let her leave too, no less. Just, oh, it's fine. You want to go live with your dad? You didn't even. I'm like, I want to know more about that story. I'm like, did you fight? Like, I'm
Right.
sorry, I'll make it work. It kind of was just like, well, fine, your gas can go with your dad. It almost seems like she did that at first, and now she goes back.
Yeah, like I said, I try to not be judgmental of other people's journeys, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I couldn't ignore my personal feelings. I don't like it when it's like, ooh, the Holy Cross, no, go away, you're kicked out because you're gay. And then 6 months later, I'm the president of the LGBTQI,
Yeah.
alliance. And I'm like,
Handing out hugs and shit.
there was a lot of like, her story I felt was a little too me, I. And I was like, oh,
For
there's
sure.
camera here all of a sudden. So now I'm going to be, come one, come all, Jesus is everybody. And I'm like, there's a camera there, or how much of this is authentic? Because my big thing is I don't like people not living in the truth. So I didn't know quite what to make of it. And the daughter is mad.
But I would be heated too. Like, because the thing is, I think for me, your mom, and that's just how it is. For me, I just expect more, and both parents are equally important. But for me, I've always felt like the mom should be a little bit more nurturing. So to hear that's kind of like a story I would hear from a dad. No shade.
Right, because the dad.
So it's like, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's different because it's like fish. Like maybe for girls, like maybe I think dads are able to wrap their head around their daughter being a lesbian a little bit more than like a dad being able to wrap their head around their son being gay.
I guess
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I think there was a lot more to that story there than they.
Yeah, but either way, the mom should be.
Yeah, her being
right.
subject.
Yeah.
So then they have the makeover. So let's share that. So then they have the makeover. So this was the best makeover in my opinion. Oh, sorry. Ooh, technical difficulties. Hold on.
Yeah.
This was the best makeover. The gay boy who did the makeup, because I love the part where he had the wig on and he was just like really feeling it in the chair. So I thought, Shangela came out really strong during the performance. He was really feeling it. I love that the dad was involved with like the bike, and the mom loved it. And I just think with a lot of families of like queer and gay and LGBTQI children, there is a certain acceptance level, but to really, really go there, to really like see your child in drag and do a performance.
That was the most accepting grandparent I've ever seen. I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
he was
there's a certain tolerance, but they really went there, and I commend them for really, really going there. And I think that was the little push that he needed. Because
I'm always impressed.
I could see him being a full-time queen.
Yeah, he was serving. He got it together.
Oh yeah, he did. And I love the eye makeup and everything.
Yeah, but I just lived for the grandfather's story.
Mm-hmm. Wait, was it the grandpa or the dad who wrote the bicycle? I thought it was the dad.
That was to see that kind of from an older generation.
Yeah.
The one who he lives with?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, you know what? I'm getting confused. The first one, the makeup queen, was the one with the grandpa, huh?
Yeah, no, I think he was with his
makeup queen
bio parent. Yeah. I think you're thinking of episode 3 or later down the line.
Okay, wait, what is his parents? Yeah, I'm getting. No,
the dad was the biker. The
mom. Oh, maybe it's
episode
like 2. Okay, yeah, I'm getting on blurred.
Yeah, and then they were there.
I'm getting confused. That's episode 2.
Yeah, they were there. I mean, he wore the makeup. He was femme, but they just had a little ways to go. So I kind of like the progression of them all going together.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
So, and even like my own journey, parents, it's like they were there, but I really had to push them further than they were willing to go. Like every year, every decade's got a little bit more and more with them. So they've done the best they can.
Right. That's true.
All right, let's go to the next person. It's that professor dude. All right, I'm living for him as this sort of like updated Gettysburg. Oh, you're not loving it? Oh, I thought you'd be so into it.
She was doing what she could.
Right, I agree with that.
I mean, performance-wise, and I guess she does look like a Latrice Royale kind of busted drag daughter. So I suppose, but I mean, again, I'm commend her on doing it because, commend her on doing it, I guess.
But I love that she's giving you that Martha Washington, like first president and the singer, both of them combined.
Well, that's the problem, because that wig, but she's giving you the right It's the right period. And it's the appropriate wig,
Right.
but it's like, should that still have been the wig? I almost would have rather have seen them do something more updated. But I get it. And maybe they were paying like homage because it's like they're in Gettysburg and
Right.
that's
Yeah.
kind
Why
of it.
can't you be
But
a history queen?
yes, I did. But I just want to see like drastic transformations.
I thought
And
that
I
was
feel like that was,
very
it's,
drastic.
but it's more costume. And I want to see a little bit
But you
more
always
like,
want fish. And for as much as you're always like, oh, it's a scale, you know, da 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 da. At the end of the day, you always want some real fishy drag.
true. Well, oh, it's not that I want him to surface per se, but it's more of like, because he could do that in just like, he could do that in like a production of a play or something. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. So it's like, it's almost like he's more of a character than it is drag, but I don't know, like it's good.
Said, this
Because I
was
like
about
the
as
other one.
far as we could take this. Like it couldn't have went any further than this. Like you said, a musical theater production that
What we could have did,
involves male drag. That's
that's
about as
basically, yeah, and that's what
far
I felt
as
like they were getting. But the other one didn't. The one with the biker, that was a production that wasn't very
right.
theater.
Yeah.
So I like something about along those lines. And that was a story too. That was like themed. They were serving rocker. Like it's different. It's just,
You know,
I don't know. I just don't like that.
You know, I live for like a meatloaf, like dramatic fantasy music video. So it was kind of giving me those vibes. So
Well, I mean, but yeah. But that being said, I don't mind that illusion, and I would do something like that for Halloween.
all right, now let's
Because
get
I
into
wanted to get something like that before. So yeah.
Mama, the unaccepting Mama. So here's her with Eureka in this kind of mother-daughter moment. I'm kind of living for the like B-52s inspired look.
Eureka's given something like that before, right? Like even on her season.
Oh yeah, that's very much Eureka's brand right there. But I like that it transferred to the Mama so well. She had that thing that heart that says, "I'm sorry, Haley." How did you feel about that? Here's the heart.
It was a nice attempt, but you're gonna need to do more than a heart with text on it, honey.
That's, I think, what I had a problem with. I've had a kind of, I've never really had a loss for words, but today I'm kind of at a loss for description. I don't think that's what I didn't like about it. It just felt very stunty, and it felt like I'm going to make this big public spectacle instead of actually talking to my daughter about the issues that we have in private and resolving them in private. But oh, now a camera's here, and now it's my 20 minutes of fame. So I'm gonna milk it for.
Well, but granted, she was doing the show for the daughter, so she did. It is kind of like a elaborate way to.
Yeah,
well, does she want the fame? Quite frankly, she should really just be heard and not seen. And I'm just kidding, but.
You said it. Not
no, I'm just kidding. But no, I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily she wants the like visual attention. I do think she thought it would bring the daughter back.
So, and then how did you feel about the daughter's like friend?
Don't you?
There, and she was like, "Do you need a hug?" And she's like, "Kind of." They were just so millennial. I was like, "Ugh." I'd be the worst parent.
They were.
I'd be like, "Stop your millennial bullshit."
The daughter was still not having it.
The
daughter was still not having it. I was gagged.
So mad.
She went and she gagged, but she still was kind of just like, whatever. She wasn't super into it. It's a gag.
Okay, so that was kind of the end of the show. I mean, I liked it. I'm not like, oh, I gotta watch this every week,
Right.
It's like the best thing that ever happened to drag and television. But, it was all right.
Yeah, it was cute. It was cute for what it was.
It was cute. Okay.
I'm into it. Let's see. What about what I do like about it is how they kind of have like individual one-on-ones with them and kind of really play a shrink to them. That's nice.
Right. Yeah.
Because like the little moments where Bob was like talking.
I guess it's
that I like about it because it's kind of showing how. No, go ahead.
I think what the straight cisgender community responds to so much on Drag Race is the heartfelt emotion, the moments of confession, the coaching, the sort of, I'm viewed as one thing and I'm breaking out another because of drag. But I guess when Drag Race really set the bar with that. And then with these other shows, we haven't gotten to that TLC one, Dragtastic, I think it's called, right?
That one they play shrink realness, and that one's you need to get into that one next, because
Okay,
that one's actually really good too.
We're going to talk about it.
We'll do that.
But I feel like when you have a bar set high, there's always a copycat, no matter what type of product it is, entertainment, fashion, a soft drink, always a copycat product. And I feel like the message can kind of get diluted as one, goes down. And your focus is like trying to go with these stunty, heartfelt moments instead of letting them come out naturally. Because think about Drag Race in the beginning. It was all like, but the heartfelt emotions started to come out, with the various people coming out saying they were positive or they were trans or, they're troubled childhoods. So, when you're looking for those moments specifically, they can feel a little false. And that's, I think, what I maybe had a problem with. I don't know.
Very true.
The only one I really, really loved out of this, and I really felt had a heartfelt story, was the gay boy, because he could be like, you grew up in San Francisco. I grew up in Modesto, California. I still grew up on the West Coast.
I mean, no shade, bitch. Modesto's damn near the same as there. I'm just kidding.
Right. Yeah, totally true. Like, I'm here right now.
No, but
and,
it's not a
is, a mile away from my parents' house in a strip mall, with Target, TJ Maxx, Best Buy, and all of that. I've seen, the various gay boys come and go. And actually, a little bit of a hand topic, but it kind of relates into this and kind of the generation of what's happening now. So my hometown ballet company's here. Ballet was a big part of my life for many, many years. And there's a little kind of like 15-year-old gay boy who's just like bouncing around and just like being himself and just really like, he's living so authentically 120. And it's like, like wonderful to see.
He's going to get gay back.
We're kind of friendly, but it's kind of,
going for him.
Yeah, it's like that. It's, I see the progress, but I think there's a lot further that we can go, Wait,
what's the thing with the 15-year-old boy? What was this?
Oh, the point was, I see the progress of like, I was never allowed to live that loud.
Oh, you're gagging at that now. You're gagging.
Sorry, I didn't finish that.
Yeah, I was just like, what's
properly.
Okay, but so yeah, now you're saying
that was the thing of what that gay boy working at Ultra's story was. He was humming at like an 80%. Like the makeup was there. He was out. He was living with the parents. The parents accepted him, but he wasn't fully realized. And I think that's what I'm trying to say, or my kind of thesis of this whole show and how I felt about it. I like that he was brought to his full self, where the other ones, I was just like, I appreciate where the professor was coming from. The mom, I have mixed feelings.
But I just think I like how, and when I say that they kind of like play shrink, it's like, it's not even so much about drag. It's also more so using drag as a tool to like build people up. So it's kind of just like an exercise. So it doesn't necessarily feel, that's how I feel. It's different from Drag Race, of course, because it's not like, yes, now they're snatched. It's not about making them snatch. It's kind of just more so like building up their confidence in general, which is what I like about it.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that on the next couple of episodes, because Drag Race, Celebrity Drag Race 3, I really felt hit the mark with all of those things.
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
We're going to get into that. But this one, it was the first show. I kind of felt the same way about Pose. It was like the first season, I was like, I need to give these bitches an acting lesson, but it got better. It got better in time, as they got used to being an on-camera actress, which is probably a lot different than what they were used to. So, I'm curious. I'm curious to see where here goes. I'm definitely going to watch more episodes and give it a chance, and even
what do we think?
Celebrity Drag Race, it was kind of a slow start. The first episode, I was like, but episode 3 really, really turned me.
Yeah, for sure. These are the kind of shows that get better. Yeah, for sure. These are the kind of shows that get better the more you watch it. Dragness is also like that too. Like, and then I was just like, oh, but that one's funny because BB, that bitch is hilarious. I live for BB.
BB's a
so that's mainly the reason I watched that one.
Anytime my mind goes like dark or blank, I just hear Trinity.
That is what makes it.
I just hear Trinity the Tuck saying about BB. She goes, I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but I'm living for every moment of it. When she was like,
oh. Yes. Yes.
I know you live for that moment so much when she's giving you all the like Eureka.
I did. Yes, I was just like, yeah, I wanted so bad for us to learn it, but we didn't learn it because that would have been a gag if we just started, if we were able to bust out into that right now and know the whole thing.
We need to find those two white boys on Instagram who like rapped it perfectly. Remember, we were so gagged like
Yes,
2 years
we were
ago.
gagged. I
Oh,
remember.
that was like before
gagged.
Instagram. You could save on it. Oh, I wish we knew their tag or their headline.
I know because it's so long. I'm sure it might be. We might be able to find it on YouTube. I don't know, but
So,
no. Oh, another side note. Can we get into everyone's boy illusions though? On We're Here.
we didn't really pull any photography for that.
No, just a little talk about them because I was gagged. Because
I'm how's the best way to say this? In my drag height, I was very fashionable as a man and a lady. And I realized that does not transfer over to everybody because even on Drag Race, they're always giving you some sort of sad Santa Monica Boulevard fashions.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a good point because when you think of like a Trinity, her drag is exquisite, looks expensive, and then when you see her as a boy, I'm like, is she wearing motorcycle jeans? Like, what year are we in? Like, it's very much like that. She gives you tacky as a boy.
I guess it kind of comes down to, even if we're just using Trinity as an example, she's the most elevated drag, that Las Vegas pageant showgirl, high femme drag. There's no better example of Trinity as that. And funny, but
funny, yeah.
I had to discover that.
Right.
But I wouldn't necessarily I'm really hard pressed to think of, what are we on, season 12 of Drag Race, right?
Yeah,
I'm
12.
really hard pressed to think of a queen I think was really like truly chic in that.
You mean in boy and girl?
I know, I'm talking about really in the way that we would see chic as a cisgender woman, and that's sort of like Lauren Santo Domingo, Anne Bass, Mikra Itrigum,
You mean just chic drag?
Yeah, she's really chic, like Danielle Still, just a very, very chic, refined woman. I don't really think we've ever really seen a queen like that, who really pulled that sort of very elevated,
what's the
like what I would
season?
Consider a very chic.
Oh, well, you didn't watch this season yet.
Yeah, no,
you gotta watch this season. There's a queen on, but there's a queen on this season who I would say, because her mom's a designer. Her mom's kind of like her birth mom and her drag mom.
Okay.
So she makes all her illusions, and she's probably the closest. Because there's been some things on the runway I'm just like, yes, bitch, because she's probably the closest to what I would give on the runway.
Right. I love how you say birth mom as if she's adopted.
Oh, you're right. Well, she gave birth to her.
I would just say her actual mom.
I guess, but it is your birth mom, because when you are adopted, you say your birth mom. So, right. And then you're your drag mom.
Speaking about the drag queen, she gave a really nice shout out to my drag mom, Linda Simpson, this week, and I was like very touched. So,
who did?
Bob on her. I think she did a podcast with one of those, sort of actors who do the podcast, and she was like, I live for Linda Simpson. She's out there with the camera photographing history, which is so true, which is why I love Linda so much, my drag mom, because she's an intellectual queen, and I really respond to she worked as a journalist for a long time. She was a gay and lesbian editor about Time Out New York, which is how I met her. And she doesn't really perform, she more hosts, and she did this amazing oral history show on drag that she brought to San Francisco and toured all over the country. And we're going to keep it really abridged because I can go on forever, but Linda lived in this 13th Street apartment that was like so ghetto for so long. She really made it as best as she could, but it was like one of those rent controlled apartments. So she entered a lottery for one of those high-rise buildings in Midtown, and she won the lottery 10 years later, and now lives in this fancy high-rise in Midtown. But the reason I was saying this is when we were moving her, she, all the photos of the 90s of like Candace Kane before the surgery, Gina before the surgery, Amanda Lepore even back in the day.
I'd be curious to see what Amanda Lepore looked like before
all
the surgery.
Of these things. And I'm like, you have to scan this and you have to get this on a website. I don't care if
Right.
it's like a Tumblr, but you
For
need to
sure.
scan these photos because if they burn for some reason, there's no archive of this.
Yeah, she
And
has to
she
do
did
that.
it. And she started developing the show, and it was really, really incredible. And it was called The Drag Explosion, and it was really, really amazing to see. And if you don't know about The Drag Explosion, definitely Google it and look it up because it was. I think it's
Mhm.
very rare that anybody has such an eyewitness to history and
Yeah.
an oral history like that and really can like live to tell it, you know, and who didn't, you know,
For
somebody who didn't die of a drug overdose
sure.
or have troubles or, you know, died of some terrible disease. Linda's really lived through it all. And
Yeah.
it's really amazing that she's been able to pass all of this witness to other people. So,
Yeah.
small side note about Linda.
Bob is like really good. Yeah, no, Bob is like really good about like, in fact, all the New York queens, they're kind of pretty good about other
Yeah, well, Bob's very, very
queens in
smart.
general.
Yeah,
She gets
Bob's
shout
very
outs.
smart, so
Yeah.
love that about her. Okay, so
Yeah, they all
final
do that.
thoughts on We're Here.
But wait, we didn't finish unpacking the boys'
Oh,
illusion.
the illusions topic as usual.
Because I was gagged. Well, because I'm just especially gagged by what's her name?
Eureka.
Eureka as a boy. I'm just ooh. I'm just like she has fillers, the hair. Ooh, she's
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Her as a boy is
she's a big man. She's a big man. You know,
she's
she's tall. She's very tall.
nasty.
Okay,
She's
well,
very tall. But it's not just that. It's just like I just don't know what she gives when her boy with the fillers. I don't know. I was just gagged. I mean, because I don't necessarily. I mean, yeah, she was on Drag Race, and I did see her before as a boy. But like for some reason, I'm just like she looks different. I know she got more fillers
oh, you're
or
saying
something,
in the
but she just looks
face. I
like
guess I
I don't
noticed
know.
that.
It was
I didn't really
too
think much of it. So,
well illusion too because she's tacky. But yeah,
right.
I just was gagged. But yeah, and then Bob too. Bob gives you he identifies. I believe he identifies as gender nonconforming, so he'll give you a old.
Right. I think the only person who doesn't out of the three of them is Shangela. So yeah, because
Does Eureka does too?
yeah, no,
No.
she's talked about that
Oh,
extensively.
oh,
Yeah,
I didn't
about
know that about Eureka. Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
probably
So yeah,
even
but
more than Bob.
really,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. But Bob, but yeah, but well, Bob, you see it in his expression through clothing. So
Yeah.
because I mean, I'll do that sometimes too. But he'll throw on a dress, honey, and pump down the street. But
I may be projecting because I don't
boy,
know either of them personally at all, but I feel like Bob's is more political, you know, of like, I can wear this dress and, you know, don't put a label on me, don't put me in a box. But I think Eureka's is a little bit more internal and feeling, you know.
she feels
So,
like this.
yeah.
Are
So,
you a woman? You don't look like a woman, but you feel. That's a RuPaul song. You have to follow RuPaul to know that one. It's from the Butch Queen album, honey. But yeah.
okay. All right. Well, this is not
But yeah.
our best technical day. We're having a few freezes between of us, so it's probably better we go so we get a good episode.
Yes.
But we are going to talk about Celebrity Drag Race 3 next. We're going to do some rapid fire gossip going forth. So a little 15-minute clip because we've got some feedback. Our videos are too long, but we don't care. It's for the true fans, the true believers.
Yes, and you guys have to get in. We're spilling tea, so it's gonna take a minute. But yeah.
All right, so we're gonna see y'all on the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye.